This is a VW Touran 2013. The central lock failed on the rear door on this thing. I was trying to use the remote. Basically it just sort of double clicked and didn't open. So I couldn't find any information online about this. Someone suggested to cut the whole door apart with an angle grinder. Well, anyway, I didn't want to do that. So in order to understand the whole thing, I took this door apart, which worked just perfect, and got the locking mechanism out. So now I see how it looks, and also I tried to sort of rewire it. I made some measurements with my multimeter, so I was trying to rectify whether it was an electrical problem or a mechanical. So what I figured out, basically, this is the locking mechanism. It's quite a bad design, the whole locking system, because if this thing fails, you just can't open the door. Well, what I found is basically this little metal lever here. As long as it's in the lock, you can't open the door. I mean, if the lock itself fails. So if the electrical, this is the actuator in it, if that fails, you can't open it unless somehow you remove this little metal plate. Now, where it's located in the door, it's here where that little dot is. So that is 62 mil underneath this kind of, well, I don't know, this circle, and sort of in line with it, and 22 mil from the child lock hole, and again sort of in line with the left hand side. So what I thought, if I drill a hole here, I will get access to that screw, and this is what I did on the other door. Here you can actually see I made that little hole, and just behind it you might be able to see that screw, and I took that screw off, and that metal plate sort of jumps off. If it doesn't jump off, you can just take it out, but it jumps off, and then when that's done, you can open the door. Now, it took me about 2 days to figure it out, so if you want to save time, I tell you exactly what you need to do to be able to open the door. So you need to remove at least 2 of the seats, also these covers here, so you get access to the bottom of the door. There are 2 screws here in there. These are Torx. You can get to them. It's quite difficult, but you can get to them. Once you take them off, then the next one, it's up here where the handle, door handle is, sort of. There's a little plate. I'll show you in a minute. So there is a little plastic cover in this. You can prise it out using a small screwdriver. And then there are 2 screws here, there and that one. You need to take them off. So once that's done, once you've done all the screws, 4 screws, 2 down there and 2 up here where the handle is, then you can actually pull the cover off, the bottom bit. You can pull it off. It's quite hard, but you can do that. Once that's done, you need to kind of lift the whole thing up. and then it comes off, and you can undo this switch, the window switch. It's easier to do when once the cover is off. You can kind of reach behind it and press this thing off, and then you can take the electrical connector off, and I think that's it. Then you are good. So once that's done, you need to sort of free this bit up here. How you can do that is you've got this latch here secured with 2 screws. That's a tiny plate on it. This just comes off with a screwdriver. You do these 2 screws, take them off, and one more up here. Also, it helps if you free this thing up. This just clips on there, so it comes off. It comes off fine. When you've done that, you can take this plastic back quite a lot. It's again, it's almost feels like it's stuck on there, but it's fine. It comes off. You take that off, and that is rubber seal. When the seal is off, then you can take some measurements down there, and also if you can see the child lock hole is just down there. So the child lock is down there. You unscrew that screw, and that little metal lever just pops out, as I said. So when that's done, you can open the door. You can open the door from the outside or from the inside. So this is the inside lever, and that. So when you've done that, you can open the door in the outside or inside. That's the lever. I'll pull it, and there you are, and it's open. Now if you want to take the lock itself off, basically there are a few things you need to do. There's a little tiny hole in there, and that's a screw again. You take that screw off, so this thing will come off, and then you can prise out this little tub here, which goes into the end of the handle here. So you can take that out. So that's freed up here. You have to undo these 2 little plastic things. You can sort of prise the middle out. Well, it's not easy, but it can be done. Once that's done, the rest you can press in, and then the last thing are these 2 screws. These ones. You take them off. Once it's all off, the last one is basically this rubber seal here with that wire, which sort of needs to go inwards. It's all done, and then you can take the whole locking mechanism out of this hole. So, well, this is it. Obviously the electric connection needs to come off before, but you get access to it once it's down. You might want to press this one in, so it gets you slightly more space to work on. So yeah, this is it basically, and you can buy a new lock. It's not very expensive. I think it's about 60 euros or something like that. I was going to fix it myself, but since it's not that expensive, I didn't want to waste another half a day on it. So you can buy that, and then you can replace it. But again, I think this is the only way to do it, and you can save a lot of time, because I had to take apart the other door, and also I was playing with the electrics as well, and all this information I needed to kind of find this solution here. You can plug it once you've done everything. You can just plug it with a rubber plug. Unfortunately, well, you will see it, but it's still much less damage than anything else. So anyway, this is how I've done it. Don't ask me if it can work with other types of cars or anything. This is specific to this lock and specific to this door, so this hole here only works for this one. So this is a 2013 Touran. I can give you a number for the... So that's basically the part I bought, as I said again, about 60 euros, which is about 50 pounds. And you have to do everything in reverse order to put everything back. This is what I'm going to do now, but I'm quite happy I didn't have to butcher this whole door, so I saved, well, a few €100 altogether. Well, anyway, so as I said, I'm not a car mechanic. I'm a forester by profession, so I like problem solving. Don't ask me if I can help you with different cars, because I haven't done that much or that many. So, well, this is it. Good luck.